court has allowed the application for the first and second defendant to strike out the suit by the plaintiffs on various grounds. For the first defendant, which is the Prime Minister, the first ground is that PKR as a party does not have the locus to sue. They must sue via their public officer or their office bearer under the Section 9C of the Societies Act. And then for the second ground for the striking out of the suit by the first defendant is that although the plaintiffs have the right to file a civil suit, however, this court does not have the jurisdiction to give criminal declarations involving the first defendant. So on those two grounds, the application by the first defendant is allowed with cost of 15,000 one time. With respect to the second defendant, which is the Barisan Nasional, sued via the office bearer, the grounds of striking out the writ that was allowed by the court is that under Section 41 of the Societies Act, only the registrar of the society that can declare the society to be illegal, not the courts. And therefore, Section 41. Only ROS can declare that a society becomes illegal, and civil courts do not have the jurisdiction. With the second defendant is also given 15,000 as cost. With this, I hope all the issue involving 2.6 billion and whatever that is related will be put to rest. Next, I wish to clarify a bit about what's going round viral in the web regarding my client's admission that he has accepted or received 42 million via SRC. I have checked the reply to the defense and the defense to the counterclaim, which is, and I can safely say that my client did not admit that he has accepted the 42 million. All that he said was that in reference to Tun Lim Leong Sik's defense, which he has admitted, my client is saying that this matter is still under investigation and therefore he will not make any answer or any stance until the investigation is over. Nevertheless, for the purpose of the reply, my client denies the allegation of 42 million from SRC has gone into his personal account. I will try to get available the reply to the statement of defense. But if some of you may have it, is in paragraph 16 onwards of Datuk Najib's reply to the statement of defense and defense to counterclaim for two Tun Lim Leong Sik.
But is your client still going to sue Wall Street Journal?
Oh, that one I think is something which my client is. Well, I have not met my client to actually sit down with him to discuss thoroughly, because as you can see, I've been inundated with 3 suits that I need to strike out. The first 2 was by Anina, and then this one. Then I've got myself on the plate 6 defamation suits, which are very back-to-back in terms of the trial. But a decision will have to be made soon. Possibly, I do not know. I don't have the time frame. I can't give any time frame for now.
But he has never denied that the 2.6 billion went into his personal account, right?
I can't comment anything because, as you are aware, 2.6 billion, that issue is still under investigation. You are aware that MECC has submitted the investigation papers to Honourable Attorney General, and that the Honourable Attorney General has sent it back to MECC to ask for further clarification. To make any comments, what more from me as a civil lawyer, would just disrupt and also dent the investigation that is still ongoing. So I can't comment on that.
Are you happy with 15,000 to clear your client's name?
Well, the 15,000 is something which I asked for 50,000, but 15,000 is also money under the current circumstances. What I want to say is that despite that the application is dismissed on the ground that it is frivolous, which nonetheless the nomenclature is that this is a suit which should not have started from beginning. But we cannot use the suit being frivolous as an abuse to start filing cases against any Malaysian. What more when you are talking with the Prime Minister of Malaysia? I'm not saying that the Prime Minister of Malaysia stands differently from any of us in court, but you cannot disassociate his position as a Prime Minister when he comes to court. One good example is in Singapore, when Prime Minister Lee sued the blogger and then he went for assessment. He got rather hefty sum for the defamation that was made by the blogger. Thank you very much.
Is Datuk Seri Najib going to be present at the mediation with Datuk Lee?
Honestly, I have not met him on that because I have not got the notice to call parties for mediation from the CMC, Court Mediation Centre. I haven't got the CMC notice yet that we are to appear on this day and we have to bring our documents. So I will not comment until I get the notice.
So there's no mediation date yet?
No mediation date yet, yes.
And just to double check with you, the 42 million just now you said your client Datuk Seri Najib
Did not admit.
deny it
in his defense. In his reply. Look at paragraph 16. I think some of you may have been given a copy of my client's reply to the statement of defense. Paragraph 16 and subparagraphs clearly sets out that my client do not admit to have received the 42 million.
I wrote that he admitted that he received the money, but not from that two companies.
I'm checking. It never.
I read that. I got a
You got it,
document, yes.
but not from SRC, you know.
No, he said he admitted receiving the 42 billion, but he was unaware that it came from the two intermediaries.
What I would do,
And he
I
said,
will go back.
He said, but since MACC is investigating, he would like to not make further comment. But anyway, it's for the Dr. Ling to prove it.
But to say that the 42 is from SRC is also...
That's why he said.
isn't it?
No, that's what he said.
Let me check. Because you all are asking for a copy. I'm going back to check.
So you will check and you will issue a statement or something?
I will have to check with my client first. But whatever it is,
But you're still
I stand
denying.
by what I say in paragraph 16.
You're denying now.
Yes, I stand by what we have filed in the reply of paragraph 16. I don't have it here, otherwise I would have been able to comment offhand.
What exactly is the denial? The denial is that 42 million came from SRC.
Let me check first and then I come back to you. Okay? Okay, thank you.
Statement
janganlah. Nanti sekarang...
Because
Let me check.
Datuk, we read it actually.
Yeah,
In
but
fact, we read it, we quoted it actually.
I'm asking my office to get me the seal copy, the one that I filed in court, both the Malay and English. Then later on, nanti I will see how best I can.
So you are still saying you're still denying it?
No, let me check. But all I know is that I never say that my client admitted receiving 42 million from SRC. No, I don't think so. Not from SRC.
Receiving the money, but not from that.
Intermediaries. Money.
I got too many lah.
So you
Defend.
can you check and give us the
I will check and then I let you know. I got your number. Let me check. I go back. I ask for the copy.
We don't write the story. Hold on.
I think you hold on first until you get something from me after lunch.
Okay.
Let me just get copy of that.
Okay. Thank
you.
So appealing.
Yes, we'll issue a statement since our lawyers will not be doing so. I think the first issue is whether we will appeal or not. We will have 1 month to discuss with other colleagues because this was also taken up by many leaders from the opposition. That's one. Secondly, I think it's quite important to explore this particular avenue. The allegations have floated in international media and the subject matter, one of which is the Prime Minister, is now under investigations in America. So certainly we believe that it's an important effort going through the legal process to ascertain the truth of the matter. And it's of course disappointing when we are left with the sense that there's nowhere left to go to find out what really happened to the money or whether it was used effectively it was used irresponsibly by the ruling party. I think it's also important to note that the judge clearly stated we as plaintiffs have the local standard, i.e. the right to actually bring this particular action, but of course the courts are restricted in a way that they do not have the power to decide on the matter. So I think that's something that is worth looking into, and we will definitely inform the media in due course when we decide to appeal.
So, we have entered the decisions to go to court to find out what's going on and on the issues of 1MDB, on the political donations as well as the source of the 2.6 billion so-called donation is that this is a very limited avenue left in our legal system to allow us to try to seek out for information. Therefore, we have filed the appeal, and to our regrets, and we're disappointed that the ruling today that dismissed and closed the door for our effort. That doesn't mean that we will stop pursuing the truth. We want to continue to find out, because this is not just for the curiosities of us as individuals, but as a member of Parliament, as Wakil Rakyat, we think that the public has the right to know. Now that the court has made such ruling, that make our struggle a lot more difficult. But we will urge the public to continue to stand with us, to seek for truth and justice to be reviewed. The Prime Minister Najib, as well as one MDB, cannot hide behind the verdicts and not to inform the public. The public has a right to know whether the courts make such ruling or not. The Prime Minister has a moral obligation to explain the whole episode to the Rakyat. So, at the same time, we were a bit disappointed and shocked that we were now slapped with such a heavy cost of 50,000 ringgit in total to be paid to various defendants. So, we will have to seek some public support, and we will urge public donation help us to absorb the costs as well as possible future action, whether legal or other forms of avenues for us to find out and to pursue this case. I can assure everybody that we will not stop here. I mean, the case of one MDB, the 2.6 billion donation is on top of everyone's mind, and we will continue to pursue until the whole, until the clarities are being reviewed publicly.
Saya juga ingin mengucapkan tahniah kerana pasukan Peguam, khususnya Kami Thomas dan juga Michelle Sunita Kumar yang telah memberikan khidmat percuma. This is their commitment to seek the truth, dan pada saya penting kerana kita baru sahaja dimaklumkan oleh Peguam Negara bahawa siasatan yang disiapkan oleh Suruhanjaya Pilihan Raya Malaysia pun dikembalikan oleh beliau kepada SPRM semula tanpa tindakan pendakwaan. Justru akhirnya di manakah dapat kita dapatkan perihal sebenar terkait dengan wang derma ataupun penggunaannya dalam pilihan raya. Yang akhir, yang paling penting pada saya adalah bila masa kita melangkah langkah-langkah seterusnya seperti disebut oleh Wadid Chua, dikala rakyat sedang menerima potongan-potongan termasuklah kemungkinan besar JPA scholarship, kita wajib mengenal pasti bagaimanakah dana derma dan perbelanjaan kerajaan pusat dibelanjakan. Maka dengan itu, sebahagian dari justifikasi memohon agar dapat diberikan dukungan orang ramai melunaskan tanggungan RM50,000. Apapun, for me, we will continue, and we would like society in general, civil society and various parties not to be deterred. Now, it's important, I mean, for instance, this judgment, what it does is it deters future efforts at trying to bring the Prime Minister to justice, and that is not something that will be helpful for the benefit of the government of Malaysians.
He has not answered in court.
Yeah.
He has not answered in
Sure.
Parliament. He has not answered in court. What the avenues do you have?
That's why I pointed out the statement by our new Attorney General. you would hope for some speeding up of such an important method that's been created worldwide. Unfortunately, we can't even get any recourse. Can you imagine members of parliament will be wasting our time on the 26th and 27th talking about the Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement, which has not even been finalized by many nations, instead of talking about the #1 scandal afflicting Malaysia, which is of course in the form of the 1MDB. In case I get sued again for saying that wrongly. So I don't see much recourse, and I would urge Malaysia, we have a new EC chairman. Please demand that the next elections is going to be conducted freely and fairly so that many Malaysians can vote for change. Because my fear is we're going down the slippery path of dictatorship, and it's exemplified nicely by the conduct that we see for the British today.
I think Najib is only buying time. He can try to avoid answering in Parliament. He doesn't want to answer in court. But that doesn't mean that the records and the truth is not out there. There's no way he can escape. He must somehow he must be accountable for it. So if he just remains silent and avoid to answer any question, he cannot blame the public for forming our own opinion, and people will talk. People will continue to speak their mind about how they think about the case, and the only defensive mechanism is just to sue media, sue the people who talk about it. But then you can keep suing. The people want to know what is a version of your stories, and Prime Minister until today, has refused to give a clear answer.
It's a clear message. It's a call for action. The people must rise up. They must be vocal. They must make sure change takes place.
So when are you going to launch the campaign to raise funds to pay off these
Following up.
Well, we will have a meeting immediately, and probably, hopefully, by next week.
No, I think by tonight. You're going to lose more time.
It's confirmed that you...
Yeah, definitely. And I think the AP, a lot of other parties, in a public sort of litigation based on public interest, it's done. So we will do our best, and I think whatever it may be, let it not be a deterrent to others. Okay? Thank you for waiting.
Thank you.